Hey guys, and it's the-DaZed here, and I've played through the entire game of Borderlands, got to the end game, and I thought of giving a review of it. How did I think of it? And if I did have to give a quick overview of this game, it would be, it's just more Borderlands, which you've probably heard a lot, but that's not necessarily bad. If I have to, like, say, let's start off with the gameplay, for instance. They've pretty much made the gameplay 10 times better without really changing anything. They've just really added sliding and mantling and made the shooting a lot better compared to the previous games. Like, it's kind of rivaling Destiny shooting, but not at the same time. It's not like that good, but it's close. And then there's the weapons of this game. Like, every mission you do, it's just reward after reward after reward, so you're constantly changing the guns, so it's constantly rewarding, so the formula just keeps, like, it's like always different. And then, like, the planets you go to, they all have their own thing, they all have their own enemies, although the enemies may look different. Some of them kind of play the same, which then again, at least they change them. Like, there are a lot of enemies that are totally different from the others. So there's that, and then there's the bosses, which is a good and bad. The good ones, there are like bosses that are so unique, and that they're like the high point of this game. But then you have the bosses that I'm not gonna tell you the enemy, I'm not gonna tell you what he is, not his name or anything, but there's a part of the game, you're on your third planet, you literally just get into the end of that planet to get ready to go to the next one, and then there's this guy constantly taunting you, and when you get to finally fight him, it's literally just a reskin. Not even a reskin, it's just kind of like a bigger version of them, but then he has kind of his own little thing where he like throws ice walls, but it's pretty much the same enemy. And then it's just like, what, why? And then you actually fight him twice. You fight him later on near the end of the game. So it's just like, but why are you making me do this? But then there are bosses that I'm not even going to spoil one, because they're that good, and I don't want to spoil it at all, but they are phenomenal. Like, they are so good. You just, like, compared to other games, it's just amazing. They feel like raid bosses from Destiny, but obviously they don't have all those different mechanics. They do have a lot of mechanics to them, but not like the goddamn Destiny-one with the Taken King Oryx kind of thing, where you have to like jump on the different platforms and all that. It doesn't have any of that, but it has different things to them. There's about 5 of the really good ones, and then there's like a few bad ones in there, but you'll see when you actually play it, or if you play it, depending on if you actually do want it. And then let's talk about how fun the missions are. The missions are overall the same. It's go here, kill a bunch of guys, do this, but then it's still fun. I want to go there, even if it's just side quests. Side quests are pretty much as good as main quest. If you see literally just the background gameplay, is just me doing a side quest that I did yesterday, and it's literally just you playing an unfinished game, and then there's like this T-posing person you're following, trying to get them through, shooting these portals, and pretty much it's just taking the mick out of the gaming industry, how literally while you're playing it, it's like talking about, hey, shoot the one that you want, if you want to buy these microtransactions to continue the game. And then there's like literally at the end when you start saying, oh yeah, we'll totally finish this game, like Fallout 76, like that mess of a game. That's but you know, so it's got these things. and just missions like that are amazing. And it's just as good as the main quests, even sometimes even just better than the main quests. And as we're on to the main quests, the story. I've played through Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3 sequel, and now 3. So I've played through all the Borderlands games. I even played through Tales of the Borderlands, so I know all the story to it. So yeah, so when we talk about story, I don't want to really give the Calypso twins like referencing the Handsome Jack, because they're never going to beat him. Although they had 7 years, so they did. That is kind of the mark that they are trying to reach. And did they ever meet yet? No, not even close. Calypso twins are alright. Nowhere near as good as Handsome Jack. Like, they never will be. But they just kind of want to go for this vault. There are reasons, kind of, to explain it, but I don't want to tell you why the reasons are, but they aren't great. They don't really have that much motivation, and pretty much when you're going, there's not even motivation for you to go to each planet. It's kind of, oh, now this place telling me to go to this place, so let's go in that place, and then you go to that place, and then you meet a familiar face from the previous games, and then they help you and find out they actually know something about the part, so then they help you get that part, and then you go to another place, which then you find another face you also know, and then it's just finding each person to put on your team, and that's about it. That's how they derive the story. But what I do like, and they did this from the start, is when they actually show you the evil that the actual enemies do. They don't just say, oh yeah, we did this, oh yeah, we did that. No, they show you what they did, which I really liked. But then either way, it doesn't matter because they weren't that compelling in the first place. But I do like it, if you know what I mean. So that's the story. It's decent. It's not anything to write home about, but you know, it is what it is. You get to go ahead and see all your favourite characters from the Borderlands franchise. I'm fine with it. And then if we have to go into the negatives, I've been doing a walkthrough of this game. I'm on like episode 6, I think, of it. And I don't know which episode it will be, but there is a part of it which I am pretty close to getting to that part if you do watch my Let's Play. And the literal volume of the game is gone. It was gone and it wasn't coming back. So me and my mate had to literally restart the game to bring it back. And then it kind of didn't happen again. That was my brother. Sorry about that. Oh. Okay. And pretty much it did actually happen again. It happened again right at the end of the game. And then we had to restart the game again. There was also another glitch I got where I was like trying to reload my weapon, but then when I was reloading it, it did a part of the animation, then just went, and it wasn't reloading my weapon. I had to switch all the way to my weapons, and then got back to that weapon, and it apparently was already reloaded for me. So it was a bit like, what? I was trying to reload the weapon, and yeah, that was a bit weird. I've also heard like so many glitches, like people losing their characters. I couldn't think of that happening. Like I put about 60 hours into the game by now. If I lost my character now, I would be gone. It's not something that anyone really wants. But yeah, that's thing. And then like they are saying they're gonna fix it, but then again they shouldn't have really allowed it to come out this way. You do kind of run into some glitches here and there, like the textures. This ain't that bad, as they do come in fairly quickly, but like you start a cutscene and then the textures take a second to load, or you're loading into a place and you see like literally just text. I went to the second planet, I'm not going to say where it is, yesterday to go and kill an enemy. It's actually an Easter egg of a game to get this weapon. I did get it in the end, but like literally there was about 20 seconds until the textures fully loaded in. That was like the worst case scenario. Like that, I think that's literally the only time it ever happened. But yeah, like the textures do kind of take time, but once it does, it does. And also, what I've heard about the game is that the graphics aren't good. This is a cel shaded game. The graphics can't really get better. But yeah, when I look at the game and compare it to Borderlands 2, if you compare them two games, this game does look a lot better. Like, just compare them. I forgot his name. Direct comparison. That's it. If you go and watch his video, I watched it, and literally he's comparing both the games. Trust me, the game, it looks a lot better. The explosions look a lot better. Everything. So, if you guys really do want to know how the graphics and everything has improved, go and look at his video. And as we go on, let's talk about loot overall. Do I think the guns are absolutely amazing? Each one's different? No. Everyone's saying like every single gun is different in their own way. They're not. Like each manufacturer does kind of feel somewhat the same, but then there are like a load of guns which feel completely different. And you can get like there's like blues that feel like completely different to like a normal purple that feels just like similar. So that it is different, but I think it's fine compared to other games like Destiny. Like the loot in this game is 10 times better. I think I haven't gone back to Destiny in ages, so it may have gotten a lot better, but I'm not sure. So now let's talk about Endgame. Endgame kind of isn't too bad, but isn't too great. Endgame is you finish the game, you can play on true Vault Hunter mode like normal, and then also you can also put it on Mayhem mode, which is pretty much just in the same save file, not starting the game over, but everything's harder. I've been doing that. I'm playing in Mayhem mode on the gameplay you're watching now, and also there's like Circle of Slaughter, which is literally just a arena which everyone just fights in. Like literally it's just it's kind of like a horde mode kind of. And then there's also Proving Grounds, which I've done all the Proving Grounds, which is pretty much dungeon like places, which is pretty cool. I like the Proving Grounds, preferred it over Circle of Slaughter. So yeah, that's kind of the in-game in a whole, so it's not totally different. I wish they did a little bit more innovation, but I did kind of expect it just to be more Borderlands, which I think's alright. It's just I think they need something different in there. There will be new content coming out next month, and in the next few months there's like paid DLC at the end, and in the there's 2 before that which are totally free. So I'll go and check those out, maybe make a video on that, see if they're that really good, or if they're not that good. Either way it's free, so it doesn't really matter. And just to say, if anyone's wondering, no microtransactions until later. They are actually adding microtransactions, not paid like XP boosts or anything. It's just, okay, you want a skin, buy the skin, boom, good, there, done. That's all it is. And as we're talking about skins, the skins are really good. They're a lot better than Borderlands 2's. It's like Borderlands 2's and Borderlands 1's. Borderlands 1's you can just change the colour. Borderlands 2's you could just change the look of it. And then you could change the colour, but it wouldn't. It's only like a different kind of style, but not really that great. But in this game you could change the look, style and all that while changing the colour of each part. So I thought that was really good. And yeah, that's way better than I thought Borderlands 2's was. There's also vehicles, which vehicles drive the same. There weren't much changes, which is alright, not amazing driving, but it's fine. And then there's the actual customization of the vehicles. Like you can actually find different parts, put them in, and then the parts of the vehicle would like do something like you can find like different weapons, but you have to actually find the vehicle with those weapons and then put them in the cat to ride, and then you'll have them, which I thought was really cool. And then you can also change the colors, just like in with your skins. So yeah, that's what I think of the game. I think it's really good, except from the story, a little bit of the end game, and the technical issues, which I'm hoping they get fixed now. And if I had to give the game an overall rating, I would say it's an 8 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's a 9 or a 10, but if they get the technical issues done and the like free content starts to ring in better, like end game, then I would say it's a 9. And yeah, if the story was better and they had all of that, then it would straight up be a 10. But hey, that's my thoughts. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.